301, 302. The Los Angeles Rams invade Lambeau Field. Jared Goff will get the start over John Walford. And we take a look there. Aaron Rodgers, of course, will get the start for the Green Bay Packers. 6 out of every 10 tickets here coming in at SBRodds.com on the Green Bay Packers. We opened it up at 7. Now we're sitting at 6.5 across the board. The over-under at 46.5 down to 45.5, which is a low number. But I agree with that line movement because when I try to find and break down the game of the way I think it's going to go, I think it was a mirage that 30 points were landed on the board last week for the Los Angeles Rams. I don't think that's going to be the case in this one. And I do think you can run the football against the Green Bay Packers with that really good offensive line for the Rams. They're going to try the same things that they did with Walford and hopefully Jared Goff still in midseason form where they're going to roll him out of the pocket to the right and left. We'll see if Cooper Kupp is going to be as active as we anticipate him being because, hey, if an NFL guy is in the game, you expect him to be close to 100% and be effective. He's going to play in this game. He's not going to sit this out. But that's where it comes down to for me because I know how devastatingly good that Rams defense can be. That front line can get after you, some athletic running backs. You have 3 cornerbacks that can match up just about against anybody. And if there's one cornerback in the NFL where I say, Kyle, like, look, I got to stop Devontae Adams, it's Jalen. Jalen Ramsey is the guy to do it. So they fit like a glove. It's the same way we say, like, hey, this team can stop Seattle. Isn't it amazing, Kyle? We talk about the Rams defense as if you draw up the perfect defense in the NFL to stop another team. Hell yeah, it's that Rams defense. But I just don't see the Rams defense dominating and saying, hey, Jared Goff, make enough plays for us to win. I think Aaron Rodgers having one of those once-in-a-lifetime seasons, which seems like he can put together quite a bit. I just see him beating that defense there in Green Bay and me being angry at Jared Goff because he can't make enough plays to get my cover here.
Yeah, you're probably going to be right, and I'm probably going to be one of those suckers that takes a chance on Jared Goff because when I look at the Packers,
like, don't you want to root for him though, Kyle? Like, I don't want to cut you off. Like, I want to root for the Rams in this game. You know, I don't like Green Bay one bit. I want to cheer the defense on. I want to see him stop Aaron Rodgers. But then again, it's like you still have to play offensive football. Go ahead, man.
You're exactly right. But the one strength of the Rams offense, it's not Jared Goff and those receivers, even though he's got terrific receivers. It's that running game, and that's the weakness of the Green Bay defense. Make no mistake about it. They cannot stop the run. If the Rams are able to run the football this game, I like the under in this game. I actually do think when you watch the games where Green Bay's offense struggles, the recipe is very clear. Either Devontae Adams is out or he was stopped. And if you stop Devontae Adams, the Packers have nowhere to go. Yes, Aaron Jones is a decent running back out of the backfield. They don't use him nearly enough, and they could get him involved in the passing game as well. But if you shut down Devontae Adams and rush Aaron Rodgers, you can make that offense look very, very pedestrian. And we've seen it when they struggled this year and even last year. Jalen Ramsey can absolutely stay with Devontae Adams. And the other thing is they don't have to focus that much on the tertiary targets here in Valdez-Scantling and Allen Lazard because they're at best practice squad players on other teams. I'm sorry, there's just isn't a lot of great talent on that Packers offensive side of the ball. So even if Adams is giving Ramsey more than he can handle and he starts getting into a rhythm and they bracket some coverage there, it's going to be a long day for Aaron Rodgers. Do I think the Packers win a close game? I do, just because, of course, I'm not going to take Jared Goff winning over Aaron Rodgers. What kind of moron would do that? But I think the Rams are live dogs in this game. I think if you look early in this game and Aaron Rodgers is running for his life and Devontae Adams is covered, it's going to be a long day there. That Rams running game starts to take over. I think this is a low-scoring game. The Packers should win, but I've got the Rams covering that spread. I think that number is still too high. If you get even a remotely competent performance out of Jared Goff, they cover the spread, and I think they're a live underdog in this game.
Crazy. Dude makes like $150 million, and we're talking about he needs to have a competent game. He's supposed to be like where he's going to go out there and win a football game for you, but that's just where we sit in these times. And taking a look at that Rams defense, Kyle, you know, obviously we know Aaron Donald, the single best defensive player probably in all football, regardless of position. But look at the cornerbacks here. If we look at like a Pro Football Focus, right? Ramsey, 8th ranked corner in the NFL. Hill, the 18th. Williams, the 4th. You legitimately have 3 top 20 cornerbacks on the same football team going against what I think is the best wide receiver overall in football, Devontae Adams. So when you're talking about the Rams giving you a chance, yes, you win with defense in the playoffs. It's going to come down to Jared Goff in this game. If I'm looking at it here, look, and again, 45.5, it's so low. Like 24-21 barely sneaks under it. And that's nothing in the NFL for two teams to get into the 20-point range to try to go after it. This will be one of those where it'll be interesting in the second half because I do think, Matt LaFleur and that offensive game plan, coming up with some schemes in the first half, they'll probably move the football. But once those plays that you mapped out all week are gone into the second half, that's where we're going to live and, probably live and learn and see if they can move the football down the field. But it comes down to Jared Goff in this one. If we're picking a game here today, it's 6.5. That's the number we're going to deal with. Honestly, Green Bay is going to win this game in my mind. And if they're going to win the game, they're going to win it by a touchdown. That's the way I'm going. I have that similar feeling last week when I looked at, the Ravens game going, I don't understand this. I just think the Ravens are a better football team. I think they win by 7, which I actually did winning by 7. I would be really surprised if the Rams went into Green Bay, who is rested, and beat them. I just would be.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they won. I don't think I would be overly surprised if they won. I'd probably pause for a second, go, wow, the Rams actually pulled it out. And, all those people giving me crap during the week on the show, there you go. But I do think this game is close, and it will not shock me if the Rams get ahead in this game with their running game and Aaron Rodgers has to throw him back into it. That secondary is really good. And I'll tell you, one player, you asked this last week, one player, if we say this player had a good game, they won the game. We talk about Aaron Donald and Morgan Fox and Jalen Ramsey and Jared Goff, all this stuff for the Rams. Leonard Floyd off the edge with all these questions at left tackle for the Packers. If you watched that game last week, even when Aaron Donald went out, Leonard Floyd was an absolute beast off the edge for the Rams. If he's able to do that again this week and pressure Aaron Rodgers from the edge, just like what Aaron Donald's doing up front, it's going to be a long, long day for Aaron Rodgers and the Rams. If you see the highlight package in the fourth quarter of all of Leonard Floyd's contributions to the game, you can bet your bottom dollar that the Rams are winning this football game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as it pans out and goes. You know what you're actually going to need in this game? I'll call it right now. If the Rams want to win, they need at least one dropped touchdown pass to Valdez-Scantling in this game, which we see can happen in the NFL. So they're going to need some breaks to go their way. You're dealing with Aaron Rodgers fired up. And maybe the best thing possible, Kyle, was that the Green Bay Packers got a week off and Aaron Rodgers got to cool down. He was amazing in that Bears game, was amazing in the Tennessee game. And again, he's probably going to be the MVP of the National Football League this year. That is a tough road to go against. I think they'll move the football. It comes down to Jared Goff. If you trust Jared Goff, you're getting the better defense in the Rams. If you don't trust Jared Goff, then, hey, which you're in my boat here, I can't go with them and say, I definitely think you're going to win and cover this game. But looking at some team totals in this game, because when you're looking at it, there's so many ways to bet games. Like, you can be pissed off at the Rams all you want, but if the Rams get 19 points, you're cashing a ticket and you say, thank you, Jared Goff. But wait, they got beat 45-19. Who cares? You cashed your ticket. So a lot of different ways to look at it where you don't have to get so angry at the final score itself if your team loses, as long as you get that team total. Now, the Green Bay Packers, Kyle, that 27.5 range, that's now down to 26.5. So 27 points cashes it in, but you're going up the hill going against that Rams defense. So we'll see how it plays out here.